Welcome back to Take Action News, everybody. David Shuster here. All of us are mourning the passing of New Jersey Senator Frank Lautenberg, an amazing, amazing man in the U.S. Senate. Just incredible presence up there. And to summarize some of what he meant, both in terms of politics and policy, I want to bring in our own Cliff Schechter from We Act Radio. Cliff, welcome to the program.
Thanks so much, David. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing pretty well. So, Cliff, you had an interesting tweet this week about Senator Frank Lautenberg, but go ahead and explain it and why Senator Lautenberg was such an important presence for so many people.
He stood up even during a period of time where I think the Democratic Party often was ruled by, let's call them the New Democrats and more moderate forces, and he was a stalwart progressive. And people forget now we've become so polarized, and New Jersey is become sort of such a blue state. It used to be much more of a swing state where moderate Republicans could win, and he didn't let that scare him off. He on guns, he's been one of the leaders on closing the terror gap that allows terrorists on watch lists that can't get on airplanes to get guns and background checks. He passed the original legislation that stopped smoking on airplanes, which was hugely important, as that was a big cultural change that has now led to smoking not being in stadiums and not being in restaurants. On women's issues, when it came to sex education, choice, these types of things, he was fantastic. He just wasn't bullied by people peddling, false information and propaganda. He was a great leader on these issues.
You know a lot of people who got to spend a lot of time with him. I think you even spent a little time with him yourself. What was your understanding about what he was like as a person and sort of his reputation?
I mean, he was passionate about these kinds of issues. There's just no doubt about that. And I mean, he left the Senate, as an older gentleman, and ended up coming back 2 years later. He couldn't stop doing it. He just wanted to be a part of the action. He wanted to be involved, and he was. And there's just no doubt. You lose some people along the way, like Teddy Kennedy, and you see their name on so much legislation. Teddy Kennedy, Frank Lautenberg, Michelle Bachmann. I'm sorry, I couldn't even do that. But there are a few folks along the way who when they're gone, you realize the enormous impact they've had on Washington, and Frank Lautenberg is one of those people.